Product placement in Bond movies. The famous Bandiana, which tells about the incredible life of a British agent with serial number 007, has long become the most expensive film brand in the world. After more than half a century of existence, the James Bond film series, which has brought in more than $6 billion to creators, continues to gain gloss and attract new advertising partners. But how did this brand originate and build its promotion strategy? The data collected and analyzed by the BIQ data analytics team shows that in the early films about the adventures of Your Majesty's agent, brands didn't attract attention and played a completely different role, mainly narrative. Their task was to transfer the viewer to the world of the protagonist. For example, in 1962, during a mission to Jamaica, a super spy drinks the local beer, Red Stripe, and Ball Lightning has a Bell Textron jetpack, one of the first jetpacks to let you fly. Bond film producers needed this symbol of modernity more than industrial giant Textron needed a commercial in a film. After all, the jetpack in the travel shops couldn't be bought back then.
So how films about a British super agent become so popular? Why is there so much product placement in it? James Bond has always loved luxury, as Ian Fleming created him. But back in the 70s, these films were full of completely ordinary brands of sports equipment, for example Schlesinger, or fast food as KFC, and soda 7 Up. It was then that such prosaic things as Tabasco sauce or Viroc Lux appeared there. Over time, however, brands have become less and less giving something to the storytelling. This role has been partly taken over by the fictional devices from QSlab and more film studios. With film studios getting more involved in movie creating, James Bond begins to gravitate even more towards luxury brands, although cheaper brands do not disappear completely. In the 80s, Renault, Michelin, Philips, and even Whiskas cat food appeared in films. As the saying goes, whoever paid the most got it. Jacques Decaux of the Graduate School of Marketing in London told Reuters in an interview that James Bond films are like the Olympics, but for brands. The Agent 007 has become a symbol of modernity and technical progress, thanks to comparable jetpack and the ownership by Sony, which has placed its brands in a total of 10 films, and since 2002 has not missed a single one. Sony's Bond portfolio is the most diverse: players, laptops, cell phones, cameras, and so on.
Product placement, that is implicit advertising of brand names in films and on TV, is an integral component of the Bond formula. All of these corporate logos, without too much hiding, pop up here and there in the form of denim suits, megalomaniac villains, and women with names that carry double meanings. When in 2012 at Skyfall Coordinates the super spy started drinking Heineken beer, everyone had already forgotten that it made its debut in Bone Bag in 1997 in Tomorrow Never Dies. The movie world of James Bond has always been full of slippery products: cigarettes, alcohol, and weapons. And alcohol decisively outweighs all other categories.
No smoking, but guns allowed. Smoking was probably the only habit that James Bond had to give up through the movies. There are about a dozen cigarette brands, mostly English, on the pages of the book, but in the films we were able to find only five. The last, in 1989, was the now defunct Lark. With weapons, things are more complicated since, in addition to Bond's guns, the stamps used by other characters are not always visible. Experts from the magazine Guns and Ammo counted at least a dozen of those that, due to their unique shape, can be easily distinguished. Now, let's take one of the Bond movies and look closer at the commercials in it for a better understanding how it all works in the Bond universe. And it is the film GoldenEye. GoldenEye is the 17th Bond film. Shot by Martil Campbell in 1995, the picture, unlike its previous ones, does not rely on the works of Ian Fleming. The plot was conceived and written by Michael France and further edited by other authors. The title of the film refers to Operation GoldenEye, which was developed during World War II by Ian Fleming, who was serving with the UK Naval Intelligence Agency at that time.
Here you can watch the clip for this famous film. In order not to watch the whole movie, you can see fragments of ads even in this clip, such as a car and a watch.
I enjoy a spirited ride as much as the next girl, but... Who's that?
The next girl.
Let's speak about Super Agent car. Pierce Brosnan appears in Bond. Aston Martin DB5 is Bond's personal car in the GoldenEye film. Of course, each new series features unique technical specifications of the machine. The Aston Martin DB5, equipped with the latest spy technology, has since become the hallmark of 007. At the beginning of the film, Bond appears in an Aston Martin DB5. It would seem that everything is in order, but after the first scene, the Bavarian BMW Z3 unexpectedly replaces the British Aston. Yes, the creators of the picture signed a contract with a German automaker. Today, BMW's marketing concept is unthinkable without the Bond machine. It all began with cooperation with the MGM Film Company in 1995. BMW featured a new Z3 Roadster in GoldenEye, and the Secret Agent supercar was used as the basis for a worldwide cross-promotion campaign.
Agent Watch. Eva Swaff, director of public relations for Omega Watches, claims that the Omega Seamaster featured in the 1995 film GoldenEye received more than a 100% increase in sales. After 1995, the Swiss have taken part in all the series about the super agent. It is perhaps worth nothing that the book Bond wears a Rolex, not Omega. But even if the brand names change, the character's eye is so trained in luxury that the designer's suit will always fit flawlessly on it. To our conclusion, Bandiana in fact introduced the use of product placement in films into a wide marketing field. Over the years of cooperation, the film franchise has managed to collaborate with dozens of leading brands: cars, clothing, watches, accessories. The most famous and long-term partners are the luxury brands as Aston Martin, Omega Watches, the Walter Ganz brand, and Martini alcoholic brand. According to the London School of Marketing, the Bandiana brand for 2015 is valued at £13 billion, which is $20 billion at today's exchange rate. And it seems to us that this is not the end. What will happen next with the franchise and what other advertisements we will see in it? We just have to wait. There is a new film coming out in the cinemas which is called No Time to Die. What kind of advertisements we're going to see there, who knows? And that is all. Thank you for your attention, and please take part in our quiz. There would be a link to it down below.